I thought this might be a good opportunity to talk about skin tone at this stage, because as you can see here, there's a lot of stages that are visible within the painting of the girl. Here we've got our ground layer, and you can see my little clip about ground layers. Over the ground layer I've put, I think this is 2 or 3 modelling layers. I've modelled it with Van Dyke Brown, and then over the top of that, burnt sienna. You leave those to dry, and then once you're happy with your tone, general tone of the painting, and your lights and how your lights and shadows are falling, then you begin more top layers. In this painting, she's quite pale, and I've used, if you can see here, I mix Naples yellow with titanium white. I use titanium white because it's a good translucent white. It's not heavily opaque, so you can use it for layering really well. Into my so the titanium white, I add Naples yellow to give a nice creamy colour, and then into that hue I will mix burnt sienna and other warmer tones or cooler tones as the painting requires. This painting, because she's quite pale, I'm not using so many warm tones, as opposed to say something like this, where I've used a lot more burnt sienna, Indian red, vermilion and things like that within my buttery titanium white and Naples yellow mix. And in the lips here too, this is what I would term the base coat. So we've got ground coats, we've got base coats, we've got modelling coats, we've got top coats, and now I'm beginning the lighter aspects of her, which are top coats, but then that will be reworked again and again until I'm happy with it. I'll just show you how I go about that. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just doing this area in her throat. So I'm just putting in my, because it's translucent or has translucency, you get the warmth of the Indian red ground colour coming through. So it warms the painting anyway. So I just put that on, and then what I do is I get a dry brush and I just start to feather it, and that acts to blend my lights into my shadows. And you just do that all over the painting. And then I'll leave this to dry for probably a good week, because it's oil paint, and you're working by sort of rubbing in the paint one layer over the next. You have to be absolutely certain that the layers underneath are fully dry. Otherwise you can start rubbing off your bottom layers. So you see how that works? So I'll do that with the shoulder and the arm as well. I'll let it dry. I'll come back next week and I'll start to darken these areas and blend them back over into the light areas. Then let that dry and then work backwards again, and then you're constantly overlapping things and the areas sort of start to define themselves, and it starts to come to life. Okay.